What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another banger episode. Of course, today I have Tomer here with me.
Yo, what's good?
What's goody? So, Tomer has actually trying to been on the podcast for a long time, and now we finally found time to do it. So super exciting. I'm really happy to be able to talk to this legend here.
Yes, sir. You too, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we repping Queens out here.
Yes, sir.
I just had to say that.
What's it called? Yeah, so I'm just gonna run through my advertisements real quick. If you want to head over to flexliving.net and use my promo code WussHaddnin, WussHaddnin for 15% off at checkout. Got all different kinds of gym apparel and stuff like that. Go check it out. I really need to fucking pre-record this. I keep telling myself that. I just keep forgetting. But yeah, you guys can go check that out. But enough of being a complete sellout.
Nah, check that shit out, guys. Check that shit out. I'm sure that shit is cool.
Yes, sir. Tomer.
What's up?
What's up, man? What's happening?
How you doing?
How we doing?
I got my boy Ray.
Yeah, so Tomer here is from Queens,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But you commute out to Long Island because you're a G, and we also work for the same company and stuff like that. I know you got school going on and all this other crazy stuff. And considering you're in the fucking jungle, I'm sure you got some pretty wild stories.
Yeah, I got a few.
And I would like to touch upon some of that, of course, and some of your heritage, if you will, because I know you visit Israel a lot.
Yeah.
And I find that incredibly fascinating because there's a lot of pretty cool stuff there, and I would like to learn a lot more of that. Some interpersonal connection here, some cultural stuff. But is there anything that you want to start with in particular that you want to get off your chest?
I think that main thing, just saying, yo, we representing Queens out here.
Okay.
I love Queens, but yeah, we'll get into all of that. You just lead the way, I'll follow, cause I think that's the best thing we could do for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll get started with Queens, right? Because
started with Queens.
Now you had mentioned a really good point, right? So I was before the cameras were on, I was telling him I try to avoid the city at all costs, right? And he was like, yeah, but people who are from Long Island, when they mention the city, they talk about it as though it's all the 5 boroughs. But for someone who lives there, it's just Manhattan. And I find that extremely funny because it's true. You kind of just generalize it in the sense where it's it's just the city. Everywhere in the fucking city sucks. But you're telling me that Queens, it really isn't that bad.
Nah, Queens is a good transition, where you got Long Island and Manhattan kind of mixed into two. But I would say it's still closer to the Manhattan side.
Right.
But Queens, yeah, it's not the city. Coming from an NYC person, Manhattan is the city. And anyone that you ask in the city would be like, oh, that's Manhattan. Or if you refer to the city, they'll think Manhattan.
Right.
But I get it too, coming out here working, everyone that has said the city, oh, you're from the city. I'm like, kinda, but the city really is Manhattan, because the buildings, those are really where all the skyscrapers and every street is just meters.
Right.
But Queens, it does have some houses and kind of suburban streets, but yeah, Queens is just a little bit of a mixture. It's got it's in Astoria, that's one of the neighborhoods there. It has a Brooklyn vibe. Brooklyn, yeah, we're gonna get into Brooklyn and Staten Island and all that.
God, not
Bronx.
Staten Island.
Yo, there's so much. But Queens, I think is the balance. Queens, it is kind of biased coming from someone who comes from Queens, but that's the best borough.
Okay, right. What's it called? So, because I don't, like I said, Brad, I don't spend time in the city, but say when I go upstate and stuff like that, I tend to drive through, and it's just
it's ass. I know. Trust me. Getting onto that bridge that connects Queens in Manhattan. It's called Queensbridge,
Right.
or Ed Koch Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit sucks a lot of the time, bro.
Bro,
I'm
it's
like on
horrible.
I'm on that street or on that bridge for like 20 minutes
Mm-hmm.
to like 45 minutes, depending on the traffic. If you're lucky, that bridge is only supposed to be like 5 minutes, maybe even less. Like I've biked through that bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I've rode my bike through the bridge, and that only takes like 5 to 10 minutes. You know?
Damn.
It's about. I think the bridge is like a mile long.
Oh,
maybe,
okay.
Maybe a little less. Who knows?
Dude, and like the drivers, horrible. The smell, horrible. Just anything there, bro. And like I hate to
You're
throw
right, though.
shade. Yeah,
Nah,
but
nah,
like,
you're right. But it's like I feel like we kind of are just used to that. But it's like part of it. But you are right though. Like my subway station, I see rats like some of the time. The subway station going more to the I live near Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
In Jamaica, kind of like if you put it on the address, it goes under Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to like Parsons Station or Jamaica Center, like you will never not see a rat there. They're like garbage or crackheads.
Yo,
Sour.
crackheads.
That's a Queens thing right there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking dude. Honestly, like I'll tell you, man. Like even because it's not just the talk. There's proof in the pudding. Like those city rats are scary big.
They're not scared. I remember I was coming home one night from like a party or something, or like a function, and I'm looking at this rat just like eating like garbage next to the garbage can.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like walking up to it because sometimes I was just bored. I'm waiting for the train, like late at night. They take longer to come.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking up to the rat, and it's like not like moving. It's not doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I'm finally like next to it. I'm like trying to like flinch at it.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it like flinch. I'm like jabbing at it, and
Like,
it's
do
not
something.
moving. And finally, when I stepped my foot like down,
Right.
like it moved a little bit, but it was not scared. And that motherfucker was fat.
It's the same
Fat
thing,
rat.
dude. It's the same thing with like the pigeons there. Pigeons there are fearless, bro. Like they'll be walking up to you like, "Yo, let me get some of that."
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kinda like, nah, bro. Fuck out of here with that.
I've noticed though in Manhattan, the pigeons are less scared because I think they're used to seeing way more people walk right up to them.
Yeah.
But like again, like in Queens and like they're less, they're not as timid, but they kind of fly away sooner. They're a little more, I guess normal birds.
Normal.
But like when you go to the city, you even notice like the birds are dirty. Like they have like smog and like dirt and dust and grime all over them. It's like they're just I'm sure they're just used to living there.
Yeah. I
they're
mean,
definitely accustomed to being in the city.
yeah, dude. Ugh. Everything's dirty, bro.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yo, don't even get me started with the Bronx, bro. The Bronx
Bronx
is dirty,
What-
bro.
what you got? What's wrong with
People
the
from
Bronx?
the boroughs,
Uh-huh.
we all consider the Bronx as the dirty borough. I mean, not all of the Bronx is dirty, but like it's just funny because like that's like the running inside joke.
It's
The
the
Bronx is dirty. Bronx is dirty. Like, don't get me wrong. I went to the Bronx. I got off a train station. It was an above ground train station. I think it was like the 6 train or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming out, and like because it's one of those train stations that are above ground,
Mm-hmm.
all the birds are like chilling in the tracks, like in a little like I guess ledge, and there's just a pile of bird shit. Like it was like at least 2 inches tall, like 1 or 2 inches, just a pile of bird shit, like white specks and dirt and shit. It was disgusting. Fucking disgusting.
So aside from environment, right?
Yeah.
How would you justify like the people from the different boroughs? Like
Okay.
what's it like? Like okay, right? So I guess like for instance, like for Long Island, like out here, I could talk to somebody and like almost instantly know what town they're from.
Yes. So
Yeah.
like people are good at small talk here. I will definitely say that. Like coming to this job, I got better at small talk, just talking to strangers or random people.
Mm-hmm.
Something I noticed, a little sidetrack, but people out here like definitely know a mutual person. Like if you just talk and you're like, oh, do you know this, or like from like some kind of like school or like jobs or like connections, any kind of like business things, like people tend to know like a similar person or know
Right.
of a similar person. It's crazy. I'm like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah. No, that's definitely like facts. Because you just like, I feel like almost every person I speak to now, it's like, oh, you know that one person? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? How do you know him? Like,
And it's
what?
like, oh, your dad works for your dad works for him. Oh, my friend, I have a friend that kind of is like in the same or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You always like, it's your friend's dad's cousin's brother. It's like, oh my
Yeah,
God, like I
yeah.
know that guy. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
graduated with him. Like, bro,
Yeah.
what? No.
But going back to what you said,
Mhm.
how the people, like you said, like interact.
Yeah, like how would you know that someone's from somewhere when it comes out of the city?
Okay, so like again with the city, bro, like you got like I guess the ghetto people or the people who kind of like talk more ghetto, and then you have like regular city people. So like Brooklyn, they definitely talk with an accent a little more. I don't know if I talk with an accent. I think I talk a little bit with an accent.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I
People
think
at the
you're
job,
normal.
they've told me, "Oh, you sound like you're from the city." I'm like,
What? Nah,
Okay.
actually.
some words, you know.
So
Maybe when I'm starting to curse and shit, like fuck is you talking about?
yeah, okay, that makes sense. But that's another thing too, right? So like
Yeah.
to just damn plane flying over. I'm just let that
Hey
do its
man,
thing.
at Queens we have JFK Airport. I feel like I'm at home now.
So I so like just to interject, right? So I saw this video on Instagram, and it's like some dumb like bullshit like is you valid type thing, right?
Yeah.
And like the comments was just full of like New York slander, like haters, and it's like, man, like it must be exhausting acting like that all the time. Like, is it an act, or are people like really like, fuck you talk about? Let me get big nigga cheese served the Aki way, like, bro.
All right, so it's I think the best way to describe it is that it's a little bit of an exaggeration.
Okay.
But like there are people that are like that. I guess it comes from their background, you know, like if they are like from like a more like I guess project area, you know, like because I have a friend that's from the projects in Bed-Stuy, and like I go to that deli and the guy's like, yo, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese, like that. Like it's not too crazy, but you know in the videos, you know in the Aki way video, hey yo, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese, whatever the fuck, chopped cheese.
Let me get a chopped cheese so the Aki way.
And I'm looking at it.
Put some honey buns in my shit, pussy.
I'm not gonna lie, half of the shit like is good, like good ideas, and the other half is like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? They just doing it for the video.
They doing it for the video.
Like a fucking like honey bun with like, yeah, you. I'm gonna call you back later. This man always calling me, man.
Oh, swear?
Yeah, nah, it's cool though. Like he needs to learn that.
I
I'd
always
be busy.
go pick
I
up.
told him I'm gonna be busy, man, and he still calls me. That's how he is though. But
Motherfuckers.
yeah, yeah, motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
Anyways, yeah, like Brooklyn, I feel like a lot of Brooklyn people, but then also now Brooklyn has a lot of like, I don't even know what to call them, but we're gonna say the hipsters.
Oh.
We got the hipsters.
Mm-hmm.
You got those. I don't know how people feel about that identifying shit,
Right.
but you know,
Because like hipsters.
I'm gonna just say hipsters. You know, you got that's unfortunately not all of them are hipsters, but like we just gonna call them. We're gonna generalize most of them as hipsters, because Brooklyn you have either like hipster or hood. And now we got some of the cool hipsters, and then we got some of the other people that are just a little confused.
Okay.
We're gonna put it that way. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just tell it how it is. In my opinion, bro.
Do what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. I guess with the whole like exaggeration thing, like people just like. You be so extra. Like, it's true, bro.
It's true. No, there are some of them that are extra, bro. Like, especially them, so the crackheads. Like, you got a lot of them that will just talk like very, very with like a hood accent, bro, or something. I don't know.
Dude's going. He's like, damn, that one time. That one time with Tommy, bro, that motherfucker crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Like, it's actually funny, right? So a while back, I had one of my good friends, Rob. He goes to the city like pretty often and stuff like that. And one of my like favorite stories that I probably ever heard from that place was from him. And he goes, yeah, like there was this one crackhead there where he was just like saying all kinds of wild stuff, bro. And he goes. He goes, I use this saying for the rest of my life after this day. It was this big dude, like big, huge black dude, totally coked out, whatever it was. And he's just like, not everybody goes to heaven, so suck it up, motherfucker. And then he fucking throws himself into one of those like metal grates that they use when the stores are closed. He throws himself into there, crash, bang. He's just like on the floor, just like knocked out. I'm like, no way, dude. Like, you see stuff like that.
I wouldn't be surprised,
all
but
the time.
I will laugh every time I see that shit, bro.
It's just so like, oh my god. And even then, like for like videos and stuff like that, like you see stuff, you're like, that's definitely from the city.
Yeah,
like, you'll never see any other place doing like out of pocket stuff like that.
Oh my god, there's so much out of pocket shit.
Because I know, like you were saying, like before we had started with the whole story of you being at the gas station and just like wanting to fucking get your water, bro. And then like, God. I don't blame you for walking out. You know what I mean?
Nah, I just don't even give a shit, bro. It's not worth it, bro. It's like, what he's gonna lose $1? Like, fuck out of here. I'm not gonna get cut or shanked for fucking trying to get a water bottle, man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, so like, I mean, that couldn't have been the only time where like you just wanted to do one thing and then all this fuck shit's going around.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this kind of, I'm gonna bring these two things together.
Mm-hmm.
So like how you were talking about that, your friend saw that crackhead. I used to have this crackhead in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my friends would call her Blimpies, because when we first met her, my friend got a Subway sandwich, and he was eating the Subway sandwich.
Okay.
And this lady just started to come by. She always would hang out in front of the convenience store. And it was like an old, fat black lady, maybe like in her 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to call her Blimpies because that's what we called her.
Okay.
But she was like, Subway nasty. This is the first interaction we had. Subway nasty. Eat Blimpies. Buy Blimpies. I'm like, what the fuck is Blimpies?
Yeah.
And I come to Deer Park outlets, Tanger outlets,
right.
And I see a store named Blimpies. It's a sandwich spot.
What the fuck?
So I'm like, oh shit, it's she was probably talking about that.
Right.
But anyway, so like, God, she was a crazy crackhead, bro.
Crazy woman.
We were sitting, like, we were in the pizzeria,
and
we're just getting food. Me, Karen, Jared, Tyreek. I feel like this was like when we were maybe in like high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, you know, Karen ordered her food. She got like pasta and like bread and shit. And she comes in, the Blimpies comes in, and she recognizes us because we would talk and fuck around with her sometimes. But, like, when she would get crazy, you know, that's when we'd be like, nah, fuck this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But she comes into the pizzeria, and this is something she would always say, because she would always be like, you babies, you know. She would call us babies. She's like, I could be your mother. So she comes, and then she says this other thing that always she says. So I'm not gonna say it yet because then it's gonna like spoil the story. But she
Right.
comes in and she's like, "Hey, you babies, you babies," and she comes in, and she takes her hand and she puts her hand on the bread, like on the Italian bread or whatever, like the dipping bread.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Give me food," because she always like, "Give me food, give me food." She doesn't say like the whole word.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Give me food," and then she takes the food.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and that's when we all stand up and we're about it, like we're ready, bro. Like we're ready to fucking throw like some shit at her, or like throw the chair at her. I'm like, what the
Oh,
fuck
shit.
are you doing, bro?
Right.
Because like in the
Mind
city,
your fucking business.
yeah, like what the fuck, bro? Like how you gonna like
Violate
you
my
can
food.
ask for food, but don't put your hands on my fucking food, bro.
Yeah, that's fucking gross.
Like yeah, like and then like how we were saying earlier, like the exaggeration with the slang talk.
Mhm.
I feel like the more emotional someone gets, because my friend Jared, he's like when he gets like heated or hyped or passionate,
Mm-hmm.
that's when the accent comes out. I feel like that's how it is for like some Spanish people too. So like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
kind of the analogy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we all got real tight from that shit, and then we kind of like we just like kicked her out of the fucking store, the restaurant. But yes, there was crazy things that she would say. Like one time we were I was coming back from soccer practice
Mm-hmm.
with my friends. She had this cane on her. She always usually uses this cane. And I was just like fucking around with her. I'm like, you baby, because I was like, I wanted some smoke. I'm not gonna lie. As a
word?
high schooler, I was like on like a lot of like silly shit. Yeah, so
You
I had my soccer duffel bag,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, you baby, what's up?
Oh my god.
I'm walking up close to her, and I
Uh-huh.
see her. She's like standing. She always stands with like she's always shaking.
Oh
She's
my
definitely on some like
God.
shit. So
yeah, dude.
And she always like is drooling. Like she got like drooling like a loogie out her mouth, bro. It's disgusting.
Ugh.
But she was shaking, and like Jared's like, "Yo, chill, bro, chill. Like, watch out." No, Deshaun was saying that.
Right.
Jared was just laughing, but like, I'm like coming close, like, "Yo, what's up?" And then she like out of nowhere, she takes like she's holding her cane, she's shaking, and out of nowhere she swings her cane. I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh,
I weave
shit.
that shit though.
Right.
I'm like, whoa. I take my duffel bag and I'm start swinging my duffel bag in front of her. I didn't want to hear it because like there's
That's fucked up.
yeah, but I'm like, no, fuck out of here. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you don't want AIDS and syphilis. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, yo, dick is hard, faggot. And that's what she kept saying to us. I'm like, yo, this bitch is crazy, man. She was shouting that shit. She's like, you don't want, hey, I could be your mother. And then this is where she kept saying, you babies. And she would always say that to us every time she saw us. One time, and then this is the last story I'm going to tell you. Like, this is when we last saw her, bro.
Oh my god.
We were on the bus, bro, the Q44. If you guys ever take that, just know that, like, it starts in Jamaica Center,
Mm-hmm.
goes out to the Bronx, actually, Bronx Zoo. But, yeah, Flushing, goes through all that shit. You know, we always hop on that bus because,
Mhm.
like, they don't check for tickets unless the ticket people are waiting outside the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's why, like, you'll see some, like, homeless people on there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So she was on it, and we were coming back home from, like, Flushing or some shit. Flushing, Queens.
Okay.
And she's coming to Jared, and she has her cane, bro, and she's, like, causing commotion, and Jared's like, yo, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't want to start shit right now. And she's coming closer, and Jared's like, yo, Tyreek, move, bro, go to the front of the bus. Like, we ain't doing no back of the bus bullshit, bro. And then it just like a whole thing starting, like the bus is getting loud, and she fucking swings at Jared with the cane. And the bus driver's like, you guys got to get off this bus. Thank God it was like one stop away from like our stop.
Right.
But like it got kicked off the bus for her bullshit, bro.
Oh my god. Has she stayed on?
Oh, my bad.
You good?
I think so. I think they knew that she was like crazy or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't remember. This has been like a couple of years now. But after that we never seen her because it was like a winter, and we all expected that she just died. Because that same winter, that I think it was like in 2019 or 20 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
There was like on the news, homeless people are freezing to death So I was like, maybe she was one of those people, but hey, as crazy as she was, if she's still alive, if not, rest in peace to Blimpies, man.
Shouts out.
Blimpie, she kept some thrill in the neighborhood.
It's actually like, so I don't particularly have any like kind of like crazy stories or anything like that, but I remember this one time, my mom was telling me that she was like riding the bus, right? And I don't remember exactly where, but just know public bus. Now,
Okay.
public buses alone, city or not, get pretty weird. Like I've
Definitely.
ridden like public buses to go back and forth on like Suffolk and stuff like that. And,
I feel like public buses out there can be a little more sketchier because
absolutely.
it's like that's the only connection people have, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so it can definitely get sketchy out there.
But even then, like, I remember, like, dude, so, like, my mom's just, like, whatever. My mom's very friendly. Like, she talks to whoever and all this other stuff. And she's, like, talking to this one woman, and she was like an older lady. And she goes, she looks at my mom. She's like, you know, I don't know why you ruined, like, your perfect ears with, like, all these piercings. My mom's got piercings going all the way up. And she's like, oh, no, like, you know, I just think they look nice, like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So the woman, like, leans over and just starts, like, taking my mom's earrings out of her ears.
What the fuck?
Holds them in their hand and just, like, looks at them for, like, minutes.
She was able to take like the whole thing off.
Yeah, like
Doesn't
just
that take like a couple sec? Oh, just like a.
yeah, they were like little, like, they were like studs.
Okay.
So she's just taking them off. My mom's like, okay, you know, and then she just held them like in her hands, like turned over and like stared at them for like a few minutes. My mom's like, hey, can I have my earrings back? And she was like, oh yeah, like turns over, hands them to my mom and like just like two handfuls, and she's like, okay. My mom's like, I mean, if you didn't like him that much, like I would have took him out myself, you know? And she's like, oh no, you know, I just wanted to look at them. My mom's like,
that's weird.
My mom's
I
like,
wouldn't
all
even
right.
I'm surprised your mom even let that stranger like touch
Bro,
her. I feel like maybe it could have been like, you know, you didn't want to cause any trouble.
Yeah, no, dude.
She probably didn't want like no trouble.
My mom is like too friendly.
Gotcha.
Too friendly.
Oh, okay,
so it's
okay.
like she definitely knows better, but like, dude, oh my god.
She'll give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
Okay.
cause like, oh my god.
Also, just to keep the peace.
Just to keep the fucking peace, bro. But yeah,
That's
yo.
weird.
No, there's a bunch of like weird stuff. My brother too, like he's got some wild stories of just like the public bus and other like crazy things that he's gone through, which like he's opened up on like a few of episodes, and it's just like banger fucking episodes, man. I'll tell you what, that guy's crazy. But yeah, yo, like, so to get off of home, right? Isreal.
Yo.
Okay. What's that like? Because I know, I think last I saw you or last I heard of you, either someone told me or you told me like, yeah, like I'm going to go visit Israel because I assume you have family down there and stuff like that. And I just kind of wanted to get like a feel, especially like, okay, so my biggest concerns, not concerns, but biggest questions involve like the legality system of that place, because I know it's like all over the place.
It's a very controversial country.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So what's it like being, what are you, 22, 23?
I'm 21. I just turned 21 like
Damn,
a month ago.
What the hell?
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay. What's it like? No, because you come from, compared to them, you come from a background that's more progressive, you know, like with like women and like gays and stuff like that, and like, I mean, the city is like, or yeah, like the city's more of not, I guess it's really the same like out here.
Yeah, it's like a mix. But overall, I feel like probably like people just will tolerate or accept it overall.
Right.
Like all that the gay and all the like progressive stuff, like you said.
Yeah.
Israel, so I think in a nutshell, like Israel is really like they do like to be similar to America, but just think of like an America in the Middle East, kind of.
Okay, right.
But then again, it's not. It's not. But I'll tell you one thing: like social media, it's not like that's like maybe like 5% of what happens in social. Like all the war stuff going on.
What?
Yeah, that it's
Really?
not like when I'm there, bro. Like super peaceful. Even I have Arab friends there. Like we are Arab. Like Israelis are. So let me start off by saying this. My mom, she was born there. So her family lives there. I come every like summer, almost every summer, because my father used to work for the airport. So we get like connections there.
Cause it's hot here.
Oh my
I can only
God,
imagine.
it's hot over there.
Yeah,
bro.
like 130 fucking degrees, dry.
It can get up to that. Yeah, it could definitely get up to that. Like, I mean, they use Celsius there. I've seen like 50 degrees Celsius, so I know that's like over 120. I'm pretty sure.
Jesus, man.
It's mad nice. They love Americans. A lot of almost everyone knows English there, or at least you'll get around with just knowing English.
Right.
It's hot as balls, bro. It's hot as balls. I be getting my tan. Like I know, like I'm pretty a white complexion dude, but I'm not really. I'm Middle Eastern. I consider myself Middle Eastern and Jewish and shit. But like I get a nice tan. Like I probably get like a good like golden brownish.
Okay.
Like anyways, being over there, yeah, they women have like, I mean, it's like out here, women have rights. I think you can marry more than one woman there. Like a man could have multiple wives, just like in the other countries around. But it's not really popular. It's like, because in the religion, that's allowed, but like it's not really it's not popular. It's not really done. But yeah, women are very empowered over there, or like independent, because women also go to the army there. Everyone is is drafted, mandatory draft into the army there.
Oh, dude, that's right. Yeah, mandatory. Holy shit. Now I'm thinking about it, like
everyone gets drafted unless you have like a disability or like you're crazy or some shit. Wow. Like you're mental.
Wow, my God. I can only imagine. It's like, I think about that, like, not often, but, or even things that are just like destined to happen because like the government or like a religion says so. Like, either being drafted to war, like arranged marriage, like stuff like that. It's that type of stuff kind of like, not scares me. It turns me off, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I should be able to marry who I want to marry, and I should be able to go to war if I so please it.
Overall, yeah, that's one small, I think, like internal issue that Israel has. Like a lot of the secular people, or like the not orthodox, not religious. I mean, like religious, but not like like Hasidic. There's like Hasidic Jews there, which are the Jews you see in Brooklyn, with like with the outfits, the rabbi outfits, the I don't know how to say it in English. I mean, but like the curly hairs, sideburns, just like the Hasidic Jews, like those they don't have to go into the war because of the religion and all that, but like they also like everything is paid for them by the government, and a lot of the regular citizens are like mad at that because it's like, oh, that's not fair, and they're like doing these things, and like there's a lot of other things that I couldn't really say right now because it's not on the top of my head, but like it's because it's like a little bit of a disparity there. But going back to like the war, like the territorial wars with Palestine and all that, there is like, I will say, like Israel, coming from like an Israeli background, Israel, is not perfect 100%. But, like, this happens, like, with all countries, like, there's a war, one wins a war, one takes over, right?
Right.
Israel could easily just take what they want, like, they could just kill them all off and all that, which is still not right.
Right.
But, like, they're trying to hold on to something that's already been, like, a mess, and, like, even the people before, I'm gonna blame the British low-key, because, like,
Okay.
the British, they were like, oh, this is going on, we could just make it like this, they'll figure it out for themselves. And now, and, like, but then again, like, it's not really that big with the war stuff. I'm not gonna get too much into the controversial stuff.
Okay.
But, like, it's when you're there, as long as you're not really talking about the politics, everyone there gets along pretty well. Like, my grandfather brought like Israelis into our house, into, like, his house, and they, like, ate together, slept together, like, everyone there is kind of, it's like you gotta be there to really know. There are some disputes that go on in there, but, like, people kind of, like, like, they're figuring out their own jobs, and then you have other people on social media kind of, like, propaganda, like, kind of, like, exaggerating it and all that stuff.
Right, yeah.
But it's like, if you really want to know, just go and see. That's the best thing I could say. And you'll see that it's not, because, like, people are kind of just making do with what's going on. But, yeah, not like, all Israelis hate Palestinians. Not all Palestinians hate Israelis. And, like, there's, like, the Arab, I've been into the Arab towns, and I used to be scared because of the stuff I was hearing. But they're just doing their own thing. It's kind of like they're, like, kind of like the hood people over there, like like, because it's just villages and shit, and you see, like, the goats and the camels and shit. I rode a camel one time from some Bedouin Arabs. Those are, like, the Arabs that are kind of just traveling, like, nomadic. They have their own things too, but, like, again, like, there's, like, Arab Israelis there that serve the army too, just, like, not everyone there is Jewish. But yeah, it's, like, it's not as bad as it seems. I think that's what I could put it. And, like, until something is, like, done, it's still a little bit messy. But Israel, other than that, bro, like, you'll go there and you'll have a great time, because you're not even really gonna notice that stuff going on unless you go to, like, the borders. But even at the borders, it's calm, like, but yeah, there are, like, you got to travel, like, to the Dead Sea, go to Tel Aviv, the city. Oh my God, Tel Aviv! I would say I'm actually going to Florida. I haven't been there yet. I'm going next week for the first time with my friends.
What's your goal there? Just to go to say fuck it, or, like, you going there to, like, party or?
So it's my friend's birthday, the one who called me, actually,
right,
just earlier. My voice cracked just a little earlier, but yeah, it's just gonna be his birthday, but we're going to Orlando. We're gonna go. I saw that they have the largest McDonald's in the U.S. there. I'm gonna check that out.
Okay.
I want to go to the like, a beach around there. If we can't do a beach, that's okay, because I know Orlando's not really beach city over there. That's more like Miami. But we're gonna do that. I want to go to, like, one party over there. I want to see how it's like there. I'm going to a resort there, the SeaWorld resort.
Okay. Word.
So I'm gonna enjoy that. But really, just, like, I've always wanted to go to Florida, and I said this summer I'd go to Florida, wherever it may be.
And you doing it?
And yeah, like, I'm going with my friends on a resort. We may or may not rent a car, but if we do, we'll do something big. But yeah, I'm just gonna be there, just chill, get a little. It's the summer. I need a little vacation for myself.
I mean, like, with my personal experience,
I know it's gonna be super hot there though, because
it's very hot. When I went during the winters here, so over there it's like, to them, cold is like 68, but to us, 68 is, like, comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I went, it was, like, probably the coldest that Florida's seen in a while. It was like 50s, 60s.
Okay.
The second time was, like, it was hot, bro. I mean, it was hot. It was like February here. It was fucking hot. Like,
And it's humid there too.
Yeah, because like 80 degrees here is like pretty hot, but if it's dry heat, it's not too bad. Bro, 80 degrees there is like, it's hot, bro. Like we went to a beach, the Sarasota beach, and like, I before this incident, I hadn't gotten sunburn in like 13 years, 14 years. When we went back to where we were staying at,
damn,
red. Like I wasn't like red, but like it hurt to like wear my backpack and shit, you know. So it was fucking hot, bro. It was so hot. But you know, like for me, like Florida's not great. I didn't really like love it, but I can see the appeal. Like
I gotta go there and see for myself. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I think for someone like you, with just like the way you do things, you'll probably love it.
Yeah.
But I was just not. It wasn't really for me. Like I'm pretty sure that there's like 1,000 other places I'd rather go. You know, like we might actually plan a trip, just a few of my boys, to Canada in like November for my friend's birthday. Which I really want to do because there's a lot of crazy nice places in Canada, man. Like, need to be out in like the woods and shit, bro.
We got two great, amazing people from there, man. That I personally just love. We got Drake and we got Nav, bro.
Okay, all right.
Toronto. So I gotta check out Toronto if I ever go to Canada. That's probably where I go first. But
fucking Drake. But yeah,
nah, I'm really a Nav guy, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, that's the reason I mentioned Florida earlier, just to finish that up. You know, Miami. I had my cousin like had a lot of photos and all that. Like, so I'm just gonna say from the photos because I have not been there, so I can't really say it. You know, but Israel, like Tel Aviv, is like Miami, but with a much more Middle Eastern Arab vibe to it, you know. And you know, just being Jewish mainly there too. You got a little bit of that Jewish spice in there too. But like yeah, it's hot, but it's dry heat over in Israel. You know, it's not humid, but it gets really hot out there. Like the sun, like I've seen it when definitely like over 120. I'm sure it's been over. But Israel, yeah, you definitely got to go check it out. Like the south is where like that's like the LA. It's called Eilat. That's like where no taxes there, by the way. So if you're going down there, that's where you should buy your souvenirs and shit, or like clothes or whatever fashion. The center is Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is great, you know. It's like the city, I guess you could say, like Manhattan, but like again with a Middle Eastern vibe, you know. It's like mad nice, the streets, great food. Oh my god, I think the food there is better and way healthier, bro. The food here is corrupt as fuck. Like you see me, I fucking I fall into it though. I have Wendy's, you know.
Yeah.
But the food there, like the fruits and vegetables, like you
all
could
different.
Taste the difference. You could smell the difference. My mom's always like, when I'm there with my mom, she's like, smell it. You could smell. I'm like, she's done this like 100 times.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yes, mom, I know. Like I could smell it. I know the food, like, cause like.
It's so different, man. It's so different. It's much more like organic, you know, and all that stuff. Like, my brother's girl, she came from Guatemala. And
they got good fruit there,
dude,
too.
yeah,
like
the first thing she noticed, like when she was like really, really young, was she went to like a meat farms or something like that, you know, where it's like fruit and veggies all on display.
Yo, but what you got, I'm sorry to cut you off,
good.
What you got with meat farms, especially coming out here to Suffolk or just Long Island, bro, you guys got the cold cuts. You guys got good cold cuts. Yes, like sir. Better than like my Key Food, you know. But shout out Key Food, you know, they hold it down in the city, the supermarket. But Gunther's, right? Gunther's, just meat farms.
Meat farms.
They got the good cold cuts. They got, like, New York City is known for their bagels. You know, I'm gonna hold that thought.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold that thought. The pizza and the bagels, we're gonna get into that too.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, Israel, we gotta yeah. Finish you.
So the first thing she noticed was the size of our mangoes. Our
Yeah.
mangoes are like fist size,
Yeah.
you know, but if you go to places like Guatemala, they're like this growing off of fucking trees, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like it is pretty like insane, just especially because like, right, if like to touch kind of on like what you said of like to touch up upon like what you said of it being like kind of corrupt is like the mass farming that's going on and stuff like that, where like
and all the stuff being injected to the food.
Yeah, dude, and it's like 70% of like the cropping process that we have in modern days, bro. Like 70% of it's all waste.
Yeah, and a
It's
lot of it is
horrible.
like fucking in like factories and shit.
Yeah, factories are like people
Processed.
are basically slaves. It's all fucking processed. It's covered in pesticides constantly, and nothing is going back into the ground because we have to literally rip up soil to plant new things, and all of like the good stuff that's supposed to go back into the earth for better crops is being tossed away. So it's obnoxious, and like,
and then the amount of food being thrown out too, man.
All day long, literally all day
crazy.
long, especially because like that's one of my biggest things, bro. Like people who just like waste food.
I know, I can't.
Yeah, dude. Like just
like even with my food, like if I can't finish it, bro, or if I have like a banana peel, I always throw it into the dirt. Like I don't like to throw it into the garbage or whatever. I tend to like compost.
Yeah,
quote
dude.
unquote.
Yeah, you gotta.
But like,
have to.
Like yeah, it's a lot. So much is wasted, man. So much is wasted.
Too much.
But yeah, like that just to finish up with that, like, you know, I definitely recommend y'all to go down there to Eilat or go to Tel Aviv, or if you want to go to the north. I mean, I think like where I stay at with my family used to live in I can't forget about Jerusalem. That's like the old historic city right there. You definitely check that out too if you'd want. But if you're like, I guess, a younger person, I definitely recommend Tel Aviv down there. And even up in the north, that's like the one place where I think it actually snows for a little bit. You could check that out. They have like a nice the Jordan River too. That's a nice area. But yeah, go check out Israel. See for yourself.
Is there any like crazy stuff that you've seen in Israel for yourself?
I mean, there's like you know, it's normal to see like soldiers.
Okay.
Just in like strolling, like as if like they're commuting with their guns and shit. They have like they literally hold their guns on their backs or like holding it. But like crazy, I feel like my mom has seen more crazy stuff because like back then that's when it was a little more war torn. She's seen like a terrorist, we're gonna say, came to like a school and started like stabbing people, like the teachers. And they kind of she had to like evacuate from the school. I was never there for when they needed to go to the bunkers, but we had drills. Like every house there has like one door that's like metal, or like a metal in a special like knob, because like when there's like bombs being shot out in the country, or like when there's that like stuff going on, that's where you go. It's kind of like a bunker room. But yeah, every house has that there.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the activity. But whenever I'm there, it's usually like mad calm. But like I think one time I heard I was there when I like heard like a little like explosion, because like there was like a missile shot, but like it was like far, so I don't really, it just, I would see it on the news and like hurry up, go into the bunkers for at least this amount of time. But like Yeah, it's not as active as you would think it is because of social media and shit. It's really good. Like, so I wouldn't even worry about that too much, but like anywhere else, like when you're out, it's just always be aware of your surroundings. Don't be like too sus or nervous. Just like look, go back to your thing and just be ready to like jump if you need to jump.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like fight or flight. But yeah, when I've been there, nothing really, bro. Like one time I was in the car with one of my friends there, and we were in a Mercedes, and we were down in like a little bit in the south, so like it was a little less it's a little more like rugged, and there was these guys, you could tell they were like village people, and they're like starting to surround the car. Like one comes, it's like I see him in the rear view mirror. I'm like, I see him just chilling there. Another one comes to the other side, and we were at a gas station while this was going on. We were just smoking, bro. Like, so out here, we gotta touch up on the grabba and shit too, like all that shit. Like, so yeah, we were just smoking. And they're like starting to come, and I'm like, okay. My boy was like, cause he's from the area, so he knows. I noticed them too, but I didn't think much of it. I'm like, we're in the car, we should be good. The guy's like, yo, they're starting to surround the car. We should start moving because they're gonna probably try to wait until we come out, and then either steal the car
or try to rob.
But they usually just steal the cars, like, cause they'll sell them or like junkyard, whatever. But yeah, we dip. They didn't move too, so we kind of like, it's mostly like gravel or like sand, like roads, not roads, but like it's a lot of sand there and gravel. So we were kind of spinning the tires, and like they like until we spun the tires, then they kind of jumped, but they were not really moving when we moved the car or started the car. So you already know there was something gonna happen. It was always like, I guess it's like I kind of try to avoid that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to get into that unless I have to.
It's none of your business.
Yeah, exactly. Like, sometimes I want the smoke. Most of the time I don't.
Crackheads smoke.
Yeah.
Real criminals? I don't think so.
Nah, like so we sped off and shit. One time, there was this one dude that like more village people. We were on there's mainly just like back roads. It's like two-way highways, kind of like Texas and shit. There was this one dude that was driving with his lights off, and then he starts flashing it right behind us, and he was speeding. I'm like, holy shit, I swerved out of that shit. But like, then he drives into the grass, into the sand, off the road into the sand, and then I see it's a little village in there, and it's like, shit, like they really drive like that purposely, because those cars are stolen. And if cops come, they're gonna take the cars back from them. But yeah, it's like a lot of that kind of shit too. It's nothing too crazy, to be honest. It's like everyone kind of just in their own lane, and if lanes cross, then there's gonna be a little bit of fender benders.
Right.
But like, if lanes don't cross, you're mostly chilling. Yeah. But yeah, that's Israel, man. You're gonna love. I would say, like, just go talk to the people. They'll guide you, because they love Americans. Except when you go to the markets, they'll definitely rip you off. You got to know how to bargain, because Jews, we're cheap, bro.
Right.
We're cheap. But like if you're good at bargaining, they will bargain with you, man. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what else you got from me?
We are approaching the hour mark.
Okay. That was fast.
God damn it.
How long does it take for you to get to Oldfield from here?
Like 30 minutes. I'll be all right.
Okay.
But for the sake of, because your camera keeps cutting for whatever reason, and I also don't want to make this too long.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to say before we end this?
Okay, so going back, because Queens, New York shit, bro. We smoked that grava. That grava, that's that good shit. Don't always smoke with grava. It's not good for you.
Right.
I know you guys don't really do that out here. But, like, that grava, you sprinkle a little bit. It's like chili flakes on your pizza. That shit will kind of, like, burn a little or spice. But if you get used to the spice, you know?
I guess my phone just don't want to do nothing no more.
It's okay. As long as they could still hear me. But, yeah, just try grava. You're not going to like it at first. But, you know, that grava is good just once in a while. Or if you don't fuck with nicotine, don't do that nicotine. It's probably better not to do the nicotine.
Yeah.
But, yo, Queens, we out here. You know, we out here. Come to Queens. Come to Astoria or Forest Hills. Even, like, Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica got some good shit. But, you know, I'll let him send my info or, like, whatever. If I hit you up, I hit you up. If I don't, I'm sorry. But, yeah, we out here, man. We out here. This was fun, bro. This was a pleasure.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited we actually got to do this.
I'll definitely come again for a part 2 if you're down.
Yeah, definitely. We'll set one up. Yeah, if you guys want more content like this, or if you guys want Tomer around again, which
let me know.
You'll be here. But if you want any more updates or any sort of content like this, you can head over to my Instagram page, WussHaddnin, WussHaddnin. I believe there's a dot in between the Wuss and the Haddnin. But you guys already know the deal. I'm on Podbean, Spotify, Google Podcast, YouTube, all that good stuff. Check it out. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you being here. And
same here, man. Same here. Check that shit out, guys.
Yes,
Check
sir.
that shit out.
So I'll see you guys
outside.
in the next one.
Peace.
Deuces.